Yeah, so I was supposed to make this video a long time ago, a year ago, months ago, a week ago, weeks ago, yesterday. But I have some bad news, maybe good news. I have a psychic cancer. I'm terminally psychically ill. What does that mean? My negative thoughts are just eating at reality. So I gotta live every day like it's my last. That's all I gotta say. But anyways, I have some information for everyone. Alright, so first of all, why am I creating this video? Because I'm just sick and tired of these psychic attacks, in my dream, with my family, my friends, people random on the street. Like, why am I subconsciously thinking so negative? Is it my thinking? Is it my programming? Of course, partially. But is it also the way other people in the world thinks, or it's predictive pattern, whatever, you know? So, what information am I trying to tell you guys? So, this information you can see with your own eyes. Okay, your own eye. You can see the picture. So, let's see. Let me tell you a little bit about myself, though. So, I create video games. That's my hobby. I love doing that. And my other hobbies, two more, are lucid dreaming, which means consciously exploring dreams, and also exercise. So, what are we talking about? Let's talk about what we can see with our eyes. So, what do we see? I have these things called hands, eyes, some weird ass cavern with these stalagmites called teeth in a mouth. Visually, you can see around me there's a stone wall. There's a sweater, But what does this all mean, all these things? Well, for my theory of being a programmer and creating video games, and also from lucid dreaming, I believe the reality we are in is a dream and a video game combined. So what does that mean? It means by a dream, it means that just like a dream, we have to use our mind and our awareness to experience this, and the experience itself feels like a dream. Like your memories of your life, or your memories of your dreams, your memories of watching TV. What's the difference to all these memories to your mind? You know. Sorry, I'm just being a little quiet because I don't want to wake up people. Maybe I'm being a bit too loud. So, where are we? Yes, so this is the experience of a dream, you could say. Even a dream feels real. So, okay, cool. So, but how is this a video game? Well, maybe because this has some sort of logical structure to it. You look at this Kleenex box. Obviously, the atoms or cells in your skin, particles in here, they all have their own code, right? They all have their own code. So we're in this video game. But how is it a game? What game are we playing? What dream are we experiencing? So let's maybe look at it layer by layer, see if we can break it down. So first, something that is most closest to us is obviously our body. That is our degree of control in this video game. So you obviously use your electricity through your body, just like a video game. which is electricity and programming, but that's what reality is as well. The electromagnetic field. You can move your muscles in your body, right? Can you move your nostrils? And let's even talk about the structure of the body, the logic behind it. So obviously this is not the full information. I don't know the full information, but I'm just using words which are references or pointers to the codes in reality. Okay? So let's get back to, for example, our different organs. You know? Like if you really look at your nose, that's a freaking mushroom. See the hairs on the inside? The nose absorbs air and even the way you can move it. And obviously, you guys must know about like fungal networks, how they keep data within each other. Even there was a Japanese experiment where there was a maze, and then they put a piece of oatmeal in the middle of the maze, and they put the fungus. And the fungus has the intelligence to figure its way around the maze and get to the oatmeal. So it has a programmer code in a sense. It's intelligent, just like your body. You know, if you look at your veins they're like a tree. So if we really break it down, our bones are like minerals, and then I guess our skin and stuff, organs are like plants in a sense of their cellular structure. I'm not a scientist, but I'm just kind of paraphrasing and pointing out from what I perceive. So obviously you have your own levels of perception, which either help you, possibly help you, or they can possibly give you an illusion or delusion. So how are we in reality? Sorry, I'm just closing some stuff on the screen. So how are we in reality really if things are delusions or illusions? What does that mean? Right? So uh, let's just say, let's hold on, let's talk about this too. If we want to break down the simple codes of reality, and even let's relate it back to a dream in a video game. So if in a dream it's consciousness, it's awareness. How does your consciousness and awareness create these huge dreams? You know, how did consciousness and awareness create this dream, this reality, or this realm, right? So, in that regard, I would say we can simplify and say the elements, 5 elements that we say, because if you look at water, if you look at fire, wind, they're all different algorithms or expressions. You know, in video games, they can emulate water to look so nicely. That's code. So these elements are their own set of codes, and with those 5 codes, you can maybe mold and make all of this reality. You know, even in your body, you can see all the different elements. You know, Earth is more hardened, I guess. Fire is your eyes seeing light, and also maybe your stomach acids, the burning ones, helping you digest. Water is obviously we have water in our body. We use water and the tongue as a sponge to absorb taste. Even the brain itself is like a giant mushroom that sends electricity. And how does it store memory? Maybe as a hologram, possibly. And what can a hologram be inside of? Maybe water. Water is one of the best. Water stores memory. Maybe by a brain being water, all the circuits and all this. I don't know. I'm not a neuroscientist, but you can cross-reference, see if it's right or wrong, or we can come up with a better theory or see the truth to it. But I'm just saying, like, we are parts of nature put together to become this game character, you know. So even air, we use air to speak, air to breathe. You know, so our body is this strange created plumbing system. Even my mouth is supposed to be for eating, but I'm using it to say words, right? So let's be silent for a bit, just observe reality. So reality is just life is just consisting of your breath, literally. Your breath is the prime code for you to be alive. A lot of people talk about breath work as great people uh, on social media that you can find. Talor, when Bro showed him, that's a sick guy, talks about breathing. Literally, your body, the way he explains is that your body is an unconscious parasite. And by it being unconscious, your limbic system, it's like your body is the controller, but the controller is auto acting and taking over. So you as a conscious being have to recognize the signals that your vehicle or body creates. And then you understand the coding. You know what I mean? So for example, if I say a hot, steaming, fresh, juicy burger with mayonnaise and the best sauce, maybe some of you will get hungry subconsciously. You'll salivate. Your mind will salivate the idea because your body is here's the key word: burger, food, and then it reacts according to what it hears, like a dog. You tell a dog something, like who's that? When I was with my dog, he's alert. His limbic system learns that's what it means. So we do learn through certain words, maybe from watching TV, music, brainwashing, programming. It's a lot of stuff. So they're literally training you like a dog. Your little dog. You see something, it's gonna activate your limbic system subconsciously. You know, and the way the people are, the way the fashion is nowadays, the way thought waves are, the way they appear actually is very important, and how they sound, because sound is an appearance. I don't want you to think I'm crazy, so don't take that as a wrong misinterpretation. But yeah, you can say everything's sound. Sound is just waves, right? And everything around us is a manifested wave. The sound is coming. There's literally some of these waves are rigid, so they become solid, right? Everything you can say is a wave. Okay, so yes, there is a lot to ramble about. So we are talking about reality and its structure, and consciously we are moving from our bodies. Bodies opens eyes, it opens its ears, it even feels through touch, and it activates its limbic system. You know what I mean? So even then, there are functions of the body that we cannot control, such as getting hungry, um, using the washroom, breathing. We could regulate it, but it's an automatic function. What else? Your sexual functions, right? So you're like a dog, you're like an animal. Your limbic system works a certain way, your body. Like, maybe don't quote me on it, maybe I need to say it right as limbic system, but just take it as your bodily system. So it's programmed to all these things for it to react. So you need to be aware of how your body reacts. You see someone, you see something, you're gonna react a certain way because of maybe the way you've been subconsciously programmed, which is pretty much 99% of the case. So let's go back to the example of illusions. So this is perfect actually, because since I could visually show you some illusions, but let's look at the illusions of double meaning of words, right? Your subconscious mind does not understand a double meaning, except in the context, maybe. But either way, let's give some examples. Double meaning. Uh, see what rating should I give this? Good example of a double meaning. Okay. So let's see what happens to you guys when you hear the word head, right? Singular meaning I'm talking about is the part of your body, obviously, because that's the original meaning you've been taught. right? But are you thinking something else? You must be subconsciously brainwashed, or pathway of your neurons hears that and it can't tell the difference between the double words. So we should never use double word meanings, right? We should try to emphasize and specifically use words, and we cannot be using these double words because the effect is not effective. It's literally creating confusion, and sometimes the way our brain apparently is the more irregular or weird thing is what it'll remember more. So that gets put into your memory. Let's use another example. Uh, hmm, word. For example, the word black. Say black. Black's just a color, but you shouldn't be thinking of a person. Person's not actually. I said the word black referring to a color, but you're not thinking of what I'm intending for you to think, right? Let's look at a different word. And sometimes too, words have our own unique meaning depending on our own lives. For example, like if I say, maybe I seen a baby goat for some reason. I said, oh, that's a billy. I think that's what or no, a kid is a billy goat. Okay, never mind, that was wrong. Okay, but let's just say I seen a goat and I said Billy Goat, and somebody has a friend named Billy. They'll be like, oh, Billy. Billy is my friend. But then someone else, maybe from slang, will be like, oh, Billy? Oh, that's a billion. So you can see how sometimes the cases are unique, or somewhat unique. It's still the same idea to a group, right? So what is the importance of all this? This pretty much means that you are brainwashed, and from the second meanings given to these words, your mind is going down a maze and always ends up at the same thought form, right? Unless you can identify it and choose which thought form you want to create with your mind, you can override the meaning, make a double meaning. Like for example, say you randomly see the numbers 666, right? Because of programming, you might see the 666 and be like, oh, the devil's number, and you get scared because you randomly seen that number. That's false negative programming. So what you should do is redefine the meaning. You choose your reality. You can describe reality for yourself. You don't have to listen to other people's descriptions. Obviously, that doesn't mean this is for something more imaginary, right? That doesn't mean we're twisting the truth. We're actually trying to be more specific with words and have the right meaning and say things, right? So, but for things that are imaginary in a sense, on that level, like the number 666, or maybe 777 is a good meaning number. But that could be a good example of positive brainwashing, which can be delusional as well, but it could be good for you because you're empowering it yourself. But with the 666, how do you change the meaning? Simple. Instead of thinking it's the devil's number, why don't you arrange 1 6 like this, another one like this, and another one like that? And what that represents is a cycle or movement, right, in a certain direction. Maybe, something positive. That's what it means. That's what the meaning is now. So you're changing the path of the brainwashing. So you have to come up with the right double meaning. You know, maybe for earlier for the word head, let's replace the word head with Godhead. We need to be at the top of the Godhead with God. That's it. So you have to change the meaning of the words. Maybe make a little mini acronym in the word or something. Even that's interesting. Acronyms are brainwashed as well, right? To ideas. So, for example, if I say the word BMW, right? You always think of the car because they have overtaken that acronym, right? But sometimes acronyms get mixed up and you have double meanings and things, right? Sometimes there's association of ideas. One idea already jumps onto a certain idea already that already has certain thought forms, right? So what am I trying to explain to you guys here? So how do we in our day-to-day play in this video game? Because I know any of you who play video games, you're trying to be the best player in the game. Facts. Okay? And that's just your spirit. That's all what you want to do. You want to be the best. So, and let's think about a video game for a second. What is the main enemy in the video game? What is the main challenge, per se? You don't have to always say enemy. What is the main challenge? The challenge is the game itself. The code, the programming of the game is the challenge. So what is our programming here? Our the body, nature, our environment, um, and the mind. The mind as a more intricate level of code. Those are our obstacles. Those are the codes that we have to work with, and that works against us as well, right? Because one day your computer system can't activate anymore, and you're gonna go to the dream world, and you could be conscious in dreams. That's lucid dreaming. I will talk about that as well. There's a lot to talk about. So let me see. I'm sorry. I'm just talking about what I can observe and what I've learned myself. Like, don't take this 100% information. Obviously, you have to dissect it and do what works for you, because you're a unique person with your unique experience. You're a game tester in the game too, just like me. What part of the game do you want to test? You want to test the lowly parts, like the simple things, or you want to be a champ? You want to go for the highest difficulty. You want to beat the game. Come on. Only real winners out here. Trying to be difficulty 9.9, highest rewards. Even if you level 1 games. But we can't hate on anyone who wants to play level 1. You play level 1. That's fine. Hold on. So, let's show you guys, you gotta stay strong out here. I don't have the dead flesh of other beings on me, though. But it's okay. Play the game how you like. Eventually, you're gonna get game over. But, so, what is our reality? What is our goal? What is really our goal? Simply put, every single person just wants to be happy. But what is happiness? Happiness is feeling good. How do most people feel good? Through their sensory system of their body. Maybe through an accomplishment. Maybe through some sort of beating somebody else, boosting your ego. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. Identifying. But at the same time, you can also take L's. You can take losses, right? So how do we prevent these? And are we programmed in a way where they want us to lose? Because personally, I'm sick and tired of losing. Seriously. Like, don't you guys all want to be winning? Shouldn't we all be winning in this game? Like, are you sick? Are you awesome at this video game? See, double meaning right here. Sick. Sick means slang for awesome. But we use negative meanings. Like, almost same thing with the weekdays, the weekend. Why don't you call it the strong days? Why don't you call it the strong end? Like, words, you can't deny words in today's world. Words and images are reality. Like, look at advertisements, look at restaurant menu, look at a song you hear. Obviously they use the waves of, like, that's different programming too. That's melody programming, melodic programming. You know, you can make something exciting. You can make something scary. The music sets the mood. Alrighty, so let me explain. Let me say a little bit more. Okay, let me tell you something a little about lucid dreaming. Most people will be like, "Oh, what's lucid dreaming? Oh, I don't even believe in that." You know, so you don't believe in lucid dreaming, but you believe in a concept such as money. Go show money to your dog, like really, like go or another animal. They'll look at you stupid, unless they get programmed to learn like monkeys to spend it on something, you know. But you look at money, it's fake. I'm sorry, it's not fake, but it's just literally could be a piece of paper, it could be a number, a digital number. But what makes it real? Why is it real? It's real because the mind is making it real. The mind is, we are all agreeing like it's some official trading card that, hey, this is the official note, the code, the serial code for this agreement. It's like we're playing a game together, a trading card game, You play your Pokemon cards, your Yu-Gi-Oh, face each other in duel, but you have to use the official cards, right? Why would you trade someone a fake card? So that's an example of money. But let's break this down more. So this is like quantum physics, right? Maybe I don't have a full understanding of quantum physics, but if I believe I do, then I believe I do. That's what quantum physics is. The observer creates reality, right? So let me give you a good example. I think maybe it's not exactly a quantum physics design, but this is the way I believe the mind perceives and creates these mental games, you know? So a lot of our mental games are already from nature. Nature already provides these mental games for us. Some are created, right? So let's use this example of the 52 deck of cards. Okay, you have a 52 deck of cards. So what are these? Here are just some bunch of cards, some cardboard with some symbols, with some things called numbers, right? A ranking system, a hierarchy. So already the mind already has a game and identification for these cards, right? So what can you do with these deck of cards? Well, according to the agreement of the person or multiple people, you can play different games with that deck of cards, right? You can play 52 pickup, maybe the easiest game, no skill. You can maybe have to play a single player game such as Free Cell, right? That's a real, oh yeah, Free Cell or Solitaire. Play it by yourself, right? As a one player quantum physics game, you agree to the rules of the game, even though it's the same set of cards being used for these different games, right? So you can also play a multiplayer game like President or Poker, right? Playing for people, you know? So it's an agreement. You or multiple people are agreeing to the rules of the game, right? And also, an interesting thing is sometimes the value of the cards are different in hierarchy depending on the game, right? So for President, for example, the number two is the highest card. But for another game such as Poker or so, two is the lowest card, right? So depending on the game, there's different value or different hierarchy, right? So in this reality, now there's what mental game are we playing? Look at sports. Sports is actually a made up game, quantum physics. Like for basketball, who said you throw a ball in a hoop and it's a point and you add it by one. And if you get this distance, that's a three, Or sorry, you add it by two. But if you go this distance, that's a three. Who made these rules? Oh, you hit the guy's hand, that's a foul. It's a foul shot from here. Who made these rules? Who said, oh, this line is the outline? That's a mental agreement. You know, you put an animal on a soccer field, on a basketball court, they can only do so much. Yeah, they'll go nonstop run for the ball maybe, but they can't play the rules because their mind is not comprehending this mental agreement on this level with these obstacles and words, etc. You know? Okay, so take that example in. That's how we all play our realities. Everyone has a different quantum physics with the same 52 deck of cards called life. Maybe if life is a 52 deck of cards, what game are we playing with others? Playing are we forced to play a multiplayer game because we're in the perception and agreement of other players? Do we have to play a single game by ourselves? So we stay in our own perception. So it's all up to you. So so What else can I say? Okay, so I'm gonna add a screen to this afterwards so I can show you some stuff. So let me talk a bit about lucid dreaming. So what does lucid dreaming mean? It just means you're aware that you are in a dream while you're dreaming. That's simple, right? Sorry. Yeah. So you're aware you're dreaming while you're dreaming. So what does that mean? Or what use is that? People would say. Well, first of all, if you're in a dream, that's a different video game for the mind and consciousness. Because your body is resting, your body's like an iPhone, right? You're tethered to your consciousness is tethered to your account, right? You go to sleep, you're logged off, consciousness somewhere else. You wake up, you're logged back in, you know. So obviously in a dream, you're dealing with different parameters, different values, different physics in a dream, right? Like you don't have to use the main thing in the dream is you don't have a body, right? You think you have a body because maybe you're so programmed or subconscious, you're not aware, but you don't have a body in the dream. You have not this physical ape body, different body, right? Not this nature body or this food body. You have and then, so you don't have to eat in a dream. Why would you have to eat? It doesn't make sense, right? You don't have to use the washroom, of course. So, but in the dream, your mind still believes it's real, right? While you're dreaming, you think it's real. Then you wake up, you're like, oh, it's just a dream. But how do you know the physics of the dream world, right? How do you know your capabilities there? It's definitely not the same as here. So let me give you an example. So it's like this is example of lucid dreaming. Say I'm in this reality, and just ask yourself, oh hey, uh, is this a dream? Some of you might think right now, oh that's stupid, it's obviously a dream. But try doing it in a dream. It's hard, but you have to program yourself. So maybe for this example, take your hand actually, take your other hand, and actually try to put it through. Like consciously try to put it through. You know, you don't want to be like, yeah, I'll half-ass it and try it. No, man. Your belief is reality, so you need to use your willpower and believe. And if you do it in a dream and it goes through, you'll be like, whoa, I'm in a dream. Then you need to be emotionally stable, or you're gonna collapse the dream. You're gonna wake up. You're gonna be like, damn it, why did I do that? But anyways, let me just give quick tips to lucid dream. It's best works when you're really sleepy, and to make it more effective, you should go to sleep for a few hours, wake up, you stay up for 5-10 minutes, then go back to sleep immediately. So obviously do this to have a healthy, if you already have a healthy sleep cycle, or if you woke up in the middle of the night, you want to try it. You know, so all you do, from what I learned that helps for me, consciously be aware of your breathing. Because in a lot of lucid dreams, you can still feel your body breathing while you're traveling the dream. You know, so do that. Also, focus very hard as you can on your pineal gland. You know, it's like a muscle. You focus this muscle, that muscle, this muscle. Same with your pineal gland. You know, maybe I look like I'm angry all the time. No, I'm focused. I'm flexing, right? Flex on that hard. You go to sleep, you breathe. Do you do that properly? Try this. Close your eyes. Imagine your whole space around you, right? Maybe say a mantra to help you focus. Say focus, maybe. I use Om Namah Shivaya. So repeat that mantra in your head, in your mind. Control your breathing. Even extra tip, take your tongue and put it at the back of your teeth at the very by the gums. Apparently it's like some circuitry, you know? Do that. You're in your imagination. Your imagination has become the room with your eyes closed. But then after you do that, your mind can't tell the difference between that imagination and your body will be asleep. Don't touch your body. Don't let it scratch anything. Focus on that. You might be feeling a little scared. You'll be like, you know, some weird like vibrational shift. You're phasing. Don't be scared. If you get scared, you're gonna wake up. Why would you be scared when you're in a world of imagination and you can't feel pain? Look the scary thing in the face. Go to Google Images, go to scary images, train yourself, look at scary images. That shit is nothing. Fear is fake. Okay? You look at something in the dream, you think you have fear? No, that's not fear. That object is emanating fear. You need to emanate yourself. Okay? You're invincible. Why do they not want you to lucid dream? Because you're damn invincible in the dream. Try it. So do that technique. You know, you'll fall asleep. Your imagination will be in the dream. Force yourself out of your body. Try it. Don't give up. Willpower. Don't be scared of nothing. You're invincible. Nothing can scare you. You're invincible. Swear to God. Facts. You can go through. You can go through the wall. Physics are different. This is not. You're not stuck in nature physics anymore. You can go through the wall. Go through your wall. Go outside. You see something that you think scares you. Beat the shit out of it. You're invincible. The imaginary world with your mind. You know. So. Sorry. So yes, now you got two sides of the same coin. Then you come back here. You're like, wow, I am invincible. That's who you truly really are. You can do anything you want in the dream. Anything. Anything you want, and you're invincible. Amazing. You're literally a god. Thanks to God for giving you this great power, imagination, reality. But now that you're in this video of nature, how do you use your invincible imagination yourself? Believe. If you don't believe, that's what quantum physics. Not believing is believing that you can't do it. So that is a belief. It's only about believing. So you gotta believe when you do it. I have dreams sometimes I'm Spider-Man, I'm doing my webs. It's not working. I say believe. You could do it. That's it. That's all it takes. Quantum physics of the dream world. You gotta believe what bring that energy here. You gotta believe. Like, in this reality, shit be driving you nuts. Because of the game they told you to your mind, the double meanings you hear, the illusions. You pour Dr. Pepper in a cup, pour Coca-Cola in a cup, pour root beer. They all look the same. They all look the same. But you need to look at the code of the object. Appearance is an illusion. They simplify reality for you by giving you appearances. When you're a little kid, you look at that book. Book has a picture of a ball, it's like ball. Has a picture of a dog, it's like dog. I can't even have a soccer ball and a basketball and a volleyball because I'll be like, yo, look at those three balls, and y'all dirty emmers with your negative thinking because you got brainwashed.